All right. Then here we go. So a lot of stuff happening today. I mean, it's quite insane as to what's going on today. I have a quick update video here. I'll show it again because obviously we just started with nobody in here, but I'll show you the Phil DeFranco video here, and I'll show you some of his videos because he's uploaded a lot here. But I'll show you the first one here from today.
The U.S. just issued an urgent security alert telling all American citizens in Niger to shelter in place. This is Niger armed forces are on high alert in order to defend against attacks by the French military. The junta there accusing France of having violated their airspace and having released terrorists to the region. But France just released the receipt showing that the junta said they could fly over the country and released the agreement that was signed by the head of the junta himself. And as for the terrorist accusations, there's currently no evidence that such a thing's happening. And this is Niger's ousted political party has called for a nationwide mobilization and is calling on citizens to save the president and his family. Also, as an interesting side plot to all of this, an Al-Qaeda affiliate killed 2 Wagner spies on the border of Niger. Follow to stay in the loop.
Right? And that's one thing right there, okay? It's one thing. Now, he's just uploaded some more, and I'll show you here. So,
World War Africa appears to have begun. ECOWAS has activated standby forces to restore democracy and constitutional order in the Republic.
Standby forces. Stand by. Stand by. Right? Standby forces. They're standing by. It's happening. Okay? This is happening in
Niger, with a maintaining that all options remain on the table. Also, earlier today, Niger told the U.S. that if their neighboring nations intervene, they'll kill the ousted president that they're holding hostage, which is the biggest mistake the junta has made so far, as this seems to be what pushed ECOWAS to intervention. Also, Mali and Burkina Faso have said that they will go to war on the side of Niger, and in a statement today, the U.S. said that it supports African solutions to African problems. But this is a rapidly developing situation, so follow to stay in the loop. World War Africa appears to have begun. ECOWAS has activated standby forces to restore democracy and constitutional order in the Republic of Niger, with a maintaining that all options remain on the table. Also, earlier today, Niger told the U.S. that if their neighboring nations intervene, they'll kill the ousted president that they're holding hostage, which is the biggest mistake the junta has made so far, as this seems to be what pushed ECOWAS to intervention.
How you doing, DV?
Somali and Burkina Faso have said that they will go to war on
a little bit later, but basically the war in Africa here, the Nigeria by an ECOWAS war is basically starting. I mean, this is getting close. The standby forces has been introduced on the border and are getting ready. The Niger forces have been asked to mobilize /forces/ insurgents, who wants to call it right. znpp has been cut off and it's on backup power, diesel generated. I believe that's what they are. Won't last forever. Apparently those are probably going to be restored or anything like that. I mean, this could be the Russian attempt at a meltdown here, but we'll look into that. Now the power for the usual force is 750, which is good enough to power everything. Right now that it's on 350, it's not good enough. You know, that's 350 watt, which isn't good enough to power the plant and its pumps, which means it's simply could stress it so much it's going to run out of fuel or not even be able to pump this. You know, it's been a long day for me as well, DV, but actually it's been a good day. I mean, long/good day. It's been a pretty good day today, productive, I would say. It's I finally got my wisdom chief checked. I'm not gonna have them pulled out. I'm just gonna have them looked at, or sorry, not looked at. I already had them looked at, and they just said that I had to brush it a little bit harder, and hopefully the thing there's like a little flap sitting on it that has to be brushed off apparently. So if it doesn't go off, they'll operate it off. But apparently I don't have to get my wisdom teeth out. So it's a pretty good day. So. When you have your standby forces on the standby, right? Which means that they're pretty much getting ready to fight. And ECOWAS has supposedly, I mean, declared war or is about to declare war. Today they were supposed to hold their emergency meeting, which they have supposedly done. And this is after their decisions that they have chosen to put their standby forces. And this bloody battle, battle at least, is supposedly about to start. And yeah, I mean, thousands of Niger's citizens take to the street, mount roads, vote to defend their country with their lives. This is the junta telling the people, junta being the military force that's taken over, the coup forces have taken over here, telling the people that, hey, you know, we're taking over the area. Apparently, they've also told France that they were allowed to fly over the area, but then they told them that they were doing terrorist attacks and that they weren't allowed to fly over the area. So it's very a confusing situation here. The Nigerian Senate did not assent to the Tamian demands to deploy troops to Niger. What this means is officially Nigerian soldiers will not be involved in whatever military intervention ECO is deploying in Niger. Well, that's... The president of ECOWAS has ordered the deployment of ECOWAS standby forces to restore the constitutional order in Niger. So, I mean, the whole thing about Niger not being involved, I don't see that not happening, because how wouldn't they be involved? They're the one who literally started the whole talks. I believe that they're going to be involved. But, yeah. This is what's happening right now. I mean, it's pretty much a crazy day here. North Korea, of course, vowing to step up their war preparations and getting ready for a fucking war as well, supposedly. I mean, who against who? Take a guess, right? And I get this report. I got this report here from 14 hours ago from Flash here, and I'll read it out for you guys here so we can look at that. At night, the ZPP lost power from the main high voltage line of 750 kV. The station on the verge of another blackout, Aragon, or how you want to say it, energy energo atom. After the good to see you, Bob. Been a while. How you doing? Good to have you, man. So, yeah, so here it is. After the set MPP had to be switched to the only available backup line, of 330, okay, so not 350, 330, which makes the situation worse, kilowatts, or, yeah. The disconnection of which threatens with the loss of external power, blackout. In case of the scenario, the main threat to nuclear radiation safety is the presence of the fourth power unit of ZPP that's in hot shutdown. They ordered the thing to go into hot shutdown. Why would they do that? Because now they're telling everybody that we're getting ready to blow this thing up. Why would they put it into hot shutdown? And now they're putting it off the main line. It was cut off from power. Who you think did it? The Russians did it. I mean, I don't have to be a genius to know that, right? And now they're getting ready for something really fucking stupid, right? Really fucking stupid. I mean, it's incredibly stupid. I mean, it's really insane what's going on here now. Of course, we're going to continue to keep that up as well, but this is the latest that I've gotten from that. Supposedly the plant now is in safety. In the area, the ground is very sandy, and the vibrations from the artillery strikes that already destabilized the 7P at a risk. More evidence that the Russians don't care about nuclear safety. Well, it's not the vibrations from a shell that's gonna... Some people don't know what they're talking about, and they put out a statement and saying, this is what's happening. Okay, 7P now relying on its only remaining off-site power line, the 330 kW backup to supply required electricity. There was no total loss of site power and no need for emergency diesel generators, IAEA says. So there's no need for emergency... 7P began transferring Unit 4 from hot to cold shutdown today due to the water leak in the steam generator located in the containment. There was a radioactive... What? There was no radioactive release to the environment. 7P to move Unit 6 to hot shutdown for steam production. So now they want to move Engine 6 to hot shutdown. Why? I don't know. They want to do it. I mean, listen, I'm more worried about this whole African war right now than I'm worried about the implications of ZNPP, but I'm still worried about ZNPP now. It's an on and off kind of thing, but apparently this is what's happening here in Belarus as well. You know, it's everything here, guys. How you doing, Ron? Poland to deploy 10,000 troops to its border with Belarus. Poland is planning to send 10,000 troops to the front. This is more than just one source here. Multiple sources here stating this. So they're planning to move a bunch of troops, 10,000 troops to the front. You don't move a lot of forces to the front unless you have a real concern. I mean, 10,000 troops is a considerable amount of forces. Plus, 10,000 troops, and we're talking about fully equipped, fully armored troops, right? I mean, this is, you don't do that unless you're really worried about something. So the world's really, I mean, gone off rails here. And I'll check out, you know, of course, it will be shot the indications of what North Korea is doing tomorrow. Kim Jong-un has announced that North Korea is preparing for a possible offensive war. Offensive, not defensive, offensive. So, right. The fuck was that? That sounded really weird. It sounded really weird. UN ordered the military to prepare for a possible war. He called it containment mission. To do this, he wants to increase the volume of weapon production and conduct more military exercises. It's worth noting that this is not the first time. Of course, this is not the first time, right? Well, it is not the first time now. What I don't really understand here is that they're now conducting this as a sort of, you know, mass production, upping their production, wanting to send troops, wanting to do military drills. So, I mean, this is probably not something that we're going to see happening tomorrow, right? Well, yeah, I would hope they're equipped with the gun to the front lines, exactly, you know, you don't want them to be under-equipped. Lots of things happening. Is it going to happen now? Is it going to happen tomorrow? I believe this Niger war here is very much on the brinks of happening, you know, as we're speaking. I mean, it won't take long before this Niger war. Probably you want to kick yourself off, but yeah, it's not long from now. I don't think so. They can't keep this up for much longer. And when you're putting standby forces ready, you know, they have to, of course, get it into place, and that probably takes a day or two, but or not, you know, maybe it takes an hour. Depends on how many troops. And you only got 25,000 troops, you know, it's not 1 million troops, so it takes a little bit, right? Yeah, it's the same setup, DV. I hope so. Oh, wait. No, wait, you're right. My bad. Wait, so have I put the right one over here? God. Wait. No, okay, so, sorry, I clicked left twice. Damn it. My bad, guys. My bad. We don't want to do that, do we? There we go. Now we got it. Yep. There we go. Alright, that's better. Thanks. Yeah, I didn't realize that. My bad. Yeah, I mean, this is what I wanted to bring you guys. And I'll show you the video from Phil DeFranco here, so you guys are not coming in. I'll show it here again from TikTok. This is Phil DeFranco here.
World War Africa appears to have begun. ECOWAS has activated its standby forces to restore democracy and constitutional order in the Republic of Niger, with a maintaining that all options remain on the table. Also, earlier today, Niger told the U.S. that if their neighboring nations intervene, they'll kill the ousted president that they're holding hostage, which is the biggest mistake the junta has made so far, as this seems to be what pushed ECOWAS to intervention. Also, Mali and Burkina Faso have said that they will go to war on the side of Niger, and in a statement today, the U.S. said that it supports African solutions to African problems. But this is a rapidly developing situation, so follow to stay in the loop. World War Africa Africa appears to have begun. ECOWAS has activated its standby.
Good catch. Well, it's my fault. I did not see that. Exactly. That's what's happening, guys. It's literally, I mean, people think the destruction level of this could be high. There's nothing to destroy. What they're going to be fighting, there's not going to be like villages. Well, there might be some villages in the area, but I tell you right now, you're fighting the 8th poorest country in the world against maybe the 14th poorest country. It's the poorest countries in the fucking world fighting each other. I mean, the damage it's going to have, I don't believe it's going to be a mass level destruction like a Russian war, right? I mean, there's of course villages in the area. I'm not gonna sit here and say that there aren't any villages or settlements, you know. And of course, the capital is also very close to the front line, so that's one thing as well. But I think you really have to remember that the production level of what they can really produce is not a lot, and yeah, I just don't really think that it's gonna be like a mass destruction level, because in reality, you don't have that much when it comes to equipments. But of course, Africans, I mean, this is Africans against African. This is interesting, and the reason why I think it's interesting is because it's African against Africans. Africans against Africans means that you are fighting the enemy that we usually can't defeat. I mean, usually we can't defeat them on their homelands, but they're fighting two homeland countries are fighting each other. I mean, Niger's obviously going to be in the most homeland, but it's still the homeland countries fighting each other. It's going to be an interesting war. It might be very equally matched. Although I do want to say that ECOWAS is very much more heavily equipped.
The U.S.
But as we've seen before in Afghanistan and
They said that 30.
many other places, it does not really matter how much equipment you got. Go ask the U.S. They can tell you that no matter how much equipment you bring to Vietnam, it doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, guys. So a few hours ago, showing a Russian cruise missile striking the hotel in Zaporizhia, causing severe damage to buildings and parking lots. Can't really. I want to show you guys something else here. Hawaii is on fire. I'm sure many Americans are probably aware of this. Wait, it is Hawaii, right? Am I getting this wrong, or am I? No, is it? Am I? Oh yeah. Yes. So fires major disaster, unplugs federal aid, and remove rumor severe that the laser beams struck the land of Mali shortly before the fire destroyed. What? The laser beam? What? 36 plus dead in wildfire. This is how Hawaii looks like right now. Here you go.
Wow.
So this is how Hawaii at the moment is looking, guys. I mean, there's severe wildfire storms. It's Hawaii, yeah. This is how Hawaii is looking at the moment. I mean, this is straight out of apocalyptic movie, guys, and this is happening all over the world. And I said it before, and I'll say it again. Welcome to the new age, guys. This is what's happening now. This is how the Earth looks like. It happens every single day. I mean, we have no idea if this is arson or not, but it's severe firestorms. I'll be honest with you. Oh, I'm just getting full, right? I don't need to do that. 36 plus dead. I mean, the damages is probably the most severe. The amount of death is, of course, the least severe. Now, we could have had this casualties be worse. But look at this building right here. I mean, you would think the footage was from Ukraine, right? I mean, you looking at this, you'll think, oh, that's Ukraine. You know, but no, it's Hawaii, you know? Paradise Island turned into scrap metal. I mean, it's insane. Look at it. It looks like it's been you know, it looks like it's bombs been dropped on top of it. Electrical wires all over the place. Watch out for that electrical wire. Do not hit your head on that. Don't know if there's any. You don't know if there's any of it still running through it. Could still be electricity. Well, maybe. This is quite severe. I mean, this is, somebody posted this right here. Biden declares Hawaii fire major disaster. Sorry, what was it? Major, disaster. Unblocking federal aid. Reports also indicates, severely rumors of laser beam potentially hitting Maui just prior to the devastating fire and the... So apparently what they're talking about, a laser beam. They're apparently talking about laser beams. Now I don't know if this is or if it's caused by a volcano eruption. My first indications or thoughts was some kind of a volcano erosion or eruption, as you want to call it, right? This is images from above. Now I don't know what this is from. I mean, supposedly what they're saying is that there's a laser beam from... It came from the sky, landed in Hawaiian territory. Maybe after the U.S. declared aliens are now attacking. I mean, this is a very clear image to be photoshopping here. I don't really know what the hell's going on here. This looks like a very normal fire going on, and this looks a bit photoshopped. But I don't really know what the fuck's going on here. I'm somebody who really believes in stuff like that happening. I believe in volcano eruptions, as Hawaii is a volcano island and has been, and it's had multiple eruptions before. But yeah, you got another image here. Wildfire tear through Maui Island. At least 33 people have moved to Hawaii Island, the Maui officials said. I mean, it's straight out of yeah, deception. I talked about it earlier in the video here. If you want to go check it out, I retweeted something from Flash earlier. If you guys want to get your news there, I retweeted something from Flash. You might want to go get it, find it on my channel. But yeah, the power's been cut off and cut on to a insufficient one. Now, the IAEA experts here are now saying, and this is... I will give you the IAEA expert here. znpp has began transferring Unit 4 from hot to cold shutdown, which is a good news because it does look photoshopped. I mean, DV, I think likely scenario here, guys, are either severe weather that caused it, sabotage, or a volcano eruption that wasn't recorded. Or what I saw in the first images looks like a volcano erupting, causing wildfires because it already has been dry weather. Now, I can't, claim that, but that's more likely, right? Yeah, we're living in a crazy time, deception. So I got the IAEA statement here. Began transferring Unit 4 from hot to cold shutdown. That's good. But here's another one. Due to the water leak in the steam generator located in the containment, there was no radioactive release to the environment. Good. znpp to move Unit 6 to hot shutdown for steam production. Now the weird thing is, but that's the thing, deception. I get, you know, the doubts of what the AA, but I still will read their reports in case their reports are true. You know, even a broken clock is right twice a day. Now, uh, the shutdown of Reactor 4, not the cold shutdown, that was the concerns, because if you got the power unit and it's now in hot shutdown and the power cuts off, it could have potential radiation effects. But if it goes into cold shutdown, it's very likely not to have that effect. Although in cold shutdown, the residual fuel is enough to cool the plant itself. But uh, Unit 6 supposed to be hot shutdown, and that means that the Russians are now saying, oh, yeah, well, we did something to Reactor 4 and damaged it, so now we're going to do it to Reactor 6, and then when the power cuts off, boom! Right? I mean, that's my indications of that. Well, you have to read them, you know, even though they might not be the most truthful, you still have to suck it up and read their supplies. Now, so look at this right here. So when you look at this, now, you know, you guys have been here when I was watching the volcano, right? Looking at this right here, this looks kind of scorched earth, and this looks like the fire area here as well. This is taken from above, right? Now I don't see any indications of any volcano in the area, but it does look a bit volcano-ish, doesn't it? I mean, I think this is the area of the fire or the volcano. I'm not completely sure, but supposedly this is the area in where the fire took place and spread from there. Now, the Canadian wildfires, I haven't heard too much from that, but apparently they are underway to become a bit more contained, which is a good thing, of course. I mean, I will have the benefit of the mind, right? I don't think there's a laser beam from space that caused a fire. But I will say I have a much more likelihood of it being a volcano, since the island has active volcanoes. So. But I guess we will probably get the answers. I mean, although I have not heard the official reports of a volcano eruption, because you probably could get to you will probably know that before something happens, so that's a little curious, right? But a 2.2 magnitude earthquake occurred at 5 kilometers southwest of Volcano, Hawaii. See the full report. So here we have it. I mean, this is I called this one out as well, right? So 5 kilometers southwest of Volcano in Hawaii, critical infrastructure nearby, 7 hospitals and 2 power generator facilities. Now, this is supposedly where there was an earthquake, right? So, can't claim this, right? But let's just look at this and take this scenario in, right? And if there was a earthquake, and earthquakes can set off volcanoes, I mean, very much more likely, or it's sabotaged, or the earth simply is caught on fire, you know, because it's dry. But the area usually isn't that dry to catch on fire. It doesn't happen usually, but yeah. Yeah, aliens from... It was aliens! Aliens! It was aliens! But that's weird, you know? Why would they want to do that? Why not just say a volcano eruption happened and that's the reason why we now have fires? You know, I think... Just not blaming it, but saying to people, volcano eruption happened, there's nothing we can do about it, we're going to send them help, you know, this is what's happening, this is what we're gonna do. And then move on from it. You know, the whole like idea behind if it's like aliens or something like that, and people spreading these ideas of laser beams hitting the ground, right? I mean, I feel bad for people that have to listen to it. How you doing, Ocean? Look who you're working with. Yeah. Good to hear, Erosion. Good to hear. Shit. I mean, absolutely insane, right? I mean, we're gonna keep an eye on it. Obviously, there might be a chance of remission eventually. Alert: military intervention in Niger. ECOWAS given its green light for the operation to start as soon as possible. Okay. Now I can't claim this here, so we're gonna read this. Do keep in mind I cannot claim this. So let's read this report right here. So this is now we'll keep an eye on if there is more reports, but here it is. Alert: military intervention in Niger. ECOWAS gives it green light for operations to start as soon as possible. So they're standby forces getting ready, and as soon as they're ready, go is what they're saying, right? The AFA African Federation president or something. I don't know. This is the first report I've seen of it. I mean, I can't. I don't claim it. I can't claim it, right? But let's keep an eye on it. Oh, I'm not American. Deception. Deception. I'm not American. I'm Danish, so it's not my government. Aircraft. Oh yeah, let's get a look at the aircraft ops over America right now. Inside Paper posted that too. Scheiße. Das ist that German way. Oh, you know, I thought you, oh, I just thought you said your government, so it's like you said like your government, like my government. Like I was, yeah. My bad then. My bad. Yeah, we got, what do we got here? That just went off. We got one plane that just went out to the coast and went offline. Recon, probably. Multiple recon aircrafts over the U.S. right now. Multiple tankers as well. I thought you meant my government, because as far as I know, the Danish government will probably give us the explanation because they wouldn't want to tell you about aliens. The Danish government would be, a volcano eruption happened and that's it. They wouldn't really give a shit. We have a combat sent over the U.S. right now, and we got a doomsday plane. Doomsday plane. Combat sent. We got a E3. We got an Expo. We got Choco. We got Choco over there. We got a bunch of tankers as well. I mean, there's so many tankers up. Another E3. 3 E3s. That's not every day you see that. And a Gucci. 3 E3s, guys. 3 E3s. There we go. 1 E3 and 3 E3s. Look at that. Look at that. That's amazing. Got 2 Gucci's as well. We had a Doomsday plane all day. Yeah, 2 Doomsday planes and a river joint. This is a combat sent, by the way, here. Not every day you see a combat sent over America, but it's probably in the case of its river joints. There are still planes taking off a while, but I guess it's because the what's happened was on the mainland. I guess what happened was it was on the mainland. Therefore, it does not affect anything directly. What was that? If I saw something, probably didn't. What we got? We got a Russian Airbus that took off from Russia and is now heading over Kazakhstan. We got Forte 11. Haven't seen you up for a while, buddy. How you doing? How you doing? What is that? There's Serbian Antonov AN-26 propeller plane. And I have some kind of plane heading over my head right now in real life. You guys hear it? I don't know. You can probably not hear that plane, but I got a plane hitting on my head right now. It sounds pretty big as well. And some kind of big aircraft just headed over my head there. Wowzers. You got someone drifting in the background there. You got someone drifting in the background there. I don't know if you guys could hear that. There's a drift in the background. We're going. Wow, yeah, freeze, exactly, yeah. Freeze. I wonder if you know Tokyo. Tokyo Drift. We got a P8 just outside Greece in Bulgaria. Probably heading towards the Black Sea. We got multiple different aircraft over the UK at the moment. Alongside it, multiple Airbuses and aircraft and jets and things that are normally seen over the US. But it's also seen over. Okay, right now. We got that one. Do we have any other special planes other than the Combat Send and a whole bunch of tankers heading around? I can't really see a lot of other interesting otherwise planes that I wouldn't see up every day. We got some P8s in the area. That's one thing. Two unidentified ones, and we have 4 E3s right now, guys. We have 4 E3s up right now. I'm not even kidding you guys. This is not seen every day. Look at this. So listen, we already knew that there was 3 in this area, right? 3 in this area, right? We knew that. And I can find it here. The flight trader is now showing me 1, 2. Wait. No, there was 3. We counted 3. 3 freeze over just outside the Mexican border in New Mexico and in, what's that? Phoenix, yeah. And now there's another E3 just outside the coast of California. Or, wow. Just out there, guys. Look at that. Wait, what? Wait, what was it? No. It was there. Swear to God. It was there just a second ago. Alright. Well, we have 4 E3s. I know that. But it just cut off. You saw it. I saw it. The president in Utah? Is this Utah? That's New Mexico, and that's Phoenix. And that's California. Where's Utah? I'm not so advanced on my states here, guys. What the fuck is Utah? Is that a city or a state? Utah a city or a state? No, it's a city. Wait. No? There it is. It's a city. No, it's right here. Utah. There it is. This is Utah. We don't really have any special aircraft in Utah though. The only areas I see special aircrafts are here, over here, free, like literally free E-freeze over here, and one over here, 40 freeze, but there's nothing over Utah. You sure it's Utah? You sure it's not Phoenix? You sure it's not Phoenix? He's just Salt Lake City. I mean, he's got not a lot of detail of his head, but probably, let's just imagine that there's more than what we can see. But no matter what, there's a lot of things going on in the U.S. right now. A lot of planes up, and I like it. What is that? Where are you going? Oh, we got a P8, multiple P8s as well. Guys, this is kicking off, and I believe that the Nigerian war, Niger, Bayan, ECOWAS war is on the brink of start. The Economic Community of West Africa State ECOWAS has ordered the Chief of Defense Staff to commit to immediately activate its standby forces. I'm activated. Good Nigerian embassy in Niger Republic has been set ablaze. Nigerian embassy in Niger has been set ablaze. 9 minutes to send. I can't claim this. Is that a shot? A sniper shot? This is the desk. Sound like a sniper shot. No, guys, I can't claim this to even be from today. But, seeing the current. Here it is again. So, this is the second and third, I have seen of this. High? No, I'm not high. No, listen, I'm just gassed. Okay, I'm just very... Sorry, when I get a little nervous, I'm a tiny bit nervous. Not because I'm afraid, because I'm a little bit nervous on the implications, and then I get a little bit gassed. You know what I'm saying, Rose? I mean, there's a lot of things happening, and I love it when things is happening. So that's why I get a little bit gassed. Listen, I didn't get any laughs. I didn't get any operation, okay? I don't even have to get my wisdom tooth taken out. I actually just have to brush harder, he said. Not on my tooth, but on my, the skin itself, because there's a little flap sticking out. And if I chew on that, that's the one thing hurting. So, I don't know. The ECOWAS countries have agreed to launch military operations in Niger as soon as possible, guys. They're now listening. Listen, this war has started. The war has started. It's no longer just a formality here or a threat. It's starting. It has started. Pretty much has started. Because they're saying that they want to launch the military operation in Niger as soon as possible. That means that as soon as that first shot comes in, and this is apparently a Nigerian embassy being set ablaze here. Now, I can't claim this because we don't really know if this is true or not, but looking at the current events in the world, it could very well be true, but I'm going to continue to not claim it, right? Okay, so, wow. I mean, this is a third report I've had of that now, so I believe that might be true, and some verified sources as well. Yeah, I'm not high. Don't worry. I don't smoke at all. Nigerian president says he's ready to negotiate with rebel leaders in Niger. Well, let's hope they can negotiate. I really don't want a war to be happening in the backyard. We have enough war as it is. Let's hope that this West African leaders arrived for an emergency Niger summit, supposedly 4 seconds ago. Now, I don't know if they have had their emergency summit or if they're having it now, because supposedly it was today they were supposed to have it. And what's the time in Well, it's pretty late. I mean, Algeria, it's 9. They could be holding in Algeria. We were talking about that time zone. Algeria, alongside probably about 3:20. It's about 10 o'clock, 11. Some of them are in the same time zone as we are. How can that be? Well, I'll tell you. Yeah. So, this is what's happening, right? What's going on? We just heard a shot in the background there of Ukraine. Sorry, I'm calming down a bit. So now we also have Voice Defender. Now this is legitimate now because I believe in this guy. He delivers content, quality news, crucial news. The president of the Ivory Coast, Alcine Ouattara, a lot of names, has stated that the ECOWAS standby forces has been given a green light to begin military operations as soon as preparation and deployment are complete. So how long does it take to deploy operation combat units? Hours, days, probably. I mean, we're talking about a defense force of between 25,000 or 30,000. I don't know how large it is completely. I know that they pledged close to about 25,000, so that might be the standard force. I know that there might be more forces than that, so it could be in reality more than that. So it could take a little bit of time to get them into place. Of course, we're not talking about flying them overseas. We're talking about getting them getting them to the border, and that's pretty much it. So not a lot of time. I don't know how long it would take them to get ready because I'm not really an expert in that. I mean, I don't really know the African war tactics, but I can imagine getting ready when you've just been told to get ready. You know, they're probably not going to be ready today. Maybe tomorrow. I mean, we're talking about a lot of systems that have to get put into place. Preparations have to be made. Arrangements have to be made. I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's going to be a week. I mean, listen, guys, we are looking at a war that could start within the next hour, within the next 2 days. Yeah, this is real. We're looking at a war that could start from pretty much an hour from now or in 2 days. I mean, I have no idea how long it's going to take them to do preparations. All I know is that it's probably going to take a while. Sorry, not all I know is it's going to take a while longer. You know, and if they're getting ready and they've given the green light to launch an offensive as soon as they're ready, it's not going to be long before they are ready. You know, and they want to get ready as soon as possible. 9:30 p.m. in Niger, exactly. So it's not even that late. You know, it's possibly could be happening tonight or not. I mean, a surprise attack at night, maybe. I don't think that the Nigerian forces, the ECOWAS forces, have night vision equipped gear. I don't know, but I don't believe that they have. What I do believe that they may have is gear equipped for fighting at night. And I'm not sure as to if they are able to fight at night. I mean, we're talking about if they're able to fight at night. We'll have to look into it. But obviously, an attack at night could be the most effective, seeing that the people who are at this moment in time, the defenders of Niger, is basically civilians, militians, right? Wagner, possibly. I don't know. If that's you know, the only sort of people that are there to defend, they also have to sleep, and some of them might not even be aware of a war starting. So attacking at night would mean that a lot of the people who are supposed to EMs are kicking off. Fair enough. I mean, supposedly attacking at night would probably be the best choice when you're fighting against people who are militians. but some of them are probably staying up, getting ready. Some of them have children, probably having to put them to sleep. Well, I know it works a bit different down there, right? But still, in reality, they have to sleep, right? And they have to sleep themselves. Uh, but it's quite brutal. I mean, it's really brutal. I mean, I sitting here talking about this is as if I don't care about the human lives that may get lost here. I'm really I am in a shock or that this could be happening. And the amount of lives that might get lost to this, hard to know, right? I mean, these countries are very sparsely populated, and all fighting could be taking place way out of civilian populations. But insurgencies, right? Insurgencies are the hardest things to fight. Insurgencies are the hardest things to fight because as soon as you supposedly have taken the area, you haven't taken the area because in reality, the people can't be won over by being invaded. People just don't want to be invaded, and people don't want to be won over by invasions. And if you invade a country, well, a lot of people who don't want to be part of your country, you're just going to be getting another insurgency from the inside of your own lines. That's why these wars are so hard to fight, because insurgencies are the hardest to win. I mean, ask the U.S. military. They couldn't win against those insurgencies. It's impossible. The British, the French. I mean, the whole people always always say like, "Oh, America lost that war." In reality, the only people making headway in fucking Afghanistan was the U.S. Now, despite having started it, a lot of coalition countries that pledged their allegiance to fight alongside didn't commit many forces. They committed 10 people. So Ukraine had 10 people. Switch had 10 people. Germany had maybe 1,000. British maybe had 10,000. It was very low numbers to fight a war. They didn't commit forces. They weren't there. They said that they were coalition partners, but they weren't there to help. They were there to win a war. It was weak resolve from the West. I mean, Denmark as well. Didn't send. I mean, Denmark had one of the best track records, though. I will admit. I'm not trying to beef up myself, but we did have one of the better track records when it came to fighting in Afghanistan. But the implications is, right? I mean, the U.S. didn't really lose in Afghanistan. They lost and they withdrew. Afghanistan is now, the Taliban is in control, but it was the insurgencies that you couldn't win over. Nobody wins over them. The reason why Britain and France lost many of their territories was due to insurgencies, and you simply can't win over the favor of people by invading them. Back in the day, sure, but nowadays, no, you can't. So, that's putting that aside. You have to remember that it was partly a mistake by everybody. But we like to blame the U.S. for losing, but in the meantime, it was a part mistake by everybody. I'm not afraid to say it, because it was, and we know it. Trust me. You guys have ever heard about Glenn McMahon? He was a U.S. general who was in Iraq. He won Iraq, and he had achievements unlike any other general. He was sent to Afghanistan. There's a film and a book about him called War Machine. Well, the book is called something else. I think it was Excellency or something. I don't fucking know. It was called something, and he had a movie made about him called War Machine, played by Brad Pitt, of all people, right? Hilarious, good movie. Just showed the insanity and the lack of result from not only the U.S. presidents, but the people down there. It was lazy work. They weren't fighting a war anymore. They didn't want to fight a war anymore. But in many cases, it just it was ridiculous. Nothing was happening. But Glenn McMahon at least tried. He took Helmand Province. Well, he took one of the cities in Helmand Province. He did take. I don't know. I think he took. I don't think he took Helmand Province. I think he took one of the villages, and then he was ousted because of a Rolling Stone report. I'm completely sure about that story, right? but he was ousted eventually. But when he asked the president, who at the time was Obama, for more troops, Obama threw a hissy fit. Pretty much told the world that now we are getting ready to fight a war, right? Or he pretty much told the world that we are ready to go. He said we're gonna send a last coalition. He said that, right? 30,000 troops. That's what's gonna be sending, and it's gonna be great. And that's what he said, you know. And he pretty much told the world that Afghanistan was, and we were ready to just get rid of Afghanistan. That's what he did, right? I mean, Obama wasn't very liked by many of the military leaders, who at the time, Glenn McMahon, who was in Afghanistan, was the leader of the whole Afghan coalition, did not get FaceTime with the president for more than once. He didn't get FaceTime with the president more than once. The president didn't talk to him. Why? I have no idea why they didn't talk. Apparently they didn't want to talk. Apparently it wasn't important to Obama to run that war. I mean, he didn't want to run that war. I think Obama in reality just wanted to end it. People realized that the war was lost. You know, certain seats are hard. It's a hard win. Then McMahon wanted to win it, but you know, you have to realize that these sort of wars, they're not won by conventional warfare. They're won by ideologies. Pushed into a corner, these people they insurgentize. You know, when I ask you guys right here, you know, what's 10 minus 2? And you got 10 insurgencies. You kill 2 of them. Well, how many do you have left? Right? How many do you have left? 10 minus 2, guys. What's 10 minus 2? I don't think Glenn was a Republican general. I think he was. I don't think he was very much aligned with any party at all. I think he was just a general. You know, you really have to watch him to understand that. He was a special person. What's 10 minus 2, guys? You killed 2 of the insurgencies. You had 10 to start with, right? What's 10 minus 2? Come on, anybody? 10 minus 2. What's that? 8? No, it's equal 20. You know why it's equal 20 when you're fighting a war in insurgencies? Because equal 20 because now you had maybe that person that those 2 people you killed had a brother, a cousin. They were edging on wanting to join that coalition. The coup, they were edging on wanting to join the insurgency, the rebellion, right? But they didn't, because they were still keeping it out. They had things that was keeping them out of joining. But now you killed their brother. You killed their cousin. Now they have a reason to join. So now you got 20. That's how that war works. It's how it worked in Afghanistan. It's how it works here. It's not won by ideologies. Two plus 2 equal 5 here in the U.S.? Well, that's your own problems. You got to figure that out. But in reality, guys, when you're fighting a war in the Middle East, Africa, and when you're fighting insurgencies, you have 10 minus 2. That's usually 8. In a conventional war, it's 8, right? Because then you have the soldiers in the back, and there's a committed amount of soldiers. But in insurgencies, 10 minus 2 is equal 20. That's how that war works. So you can see, it becomes hard. Just to explain insurgencies to you guys, it's hard to explain, but that's reality of these wars. People say it's going to be over quickly. Well, in reality, it's not. Because it's probably going to go on for a while. Probably going to go on for a while. It is quite quiet in Ukraine. Other than a sniper shot taken from Donetsk and some explosions in Crimea, explosions in the Sumy region, I've not seen anything else happening in Ukraine. Although I will say there's other things going on in the world right now that might be intensifying that situation just a tiny bit. But well, not to bring down, you know, that's not what I'm trying to say. Wagner mercenaries may leave Belarus because Lukashenko refused to finance them. According to the analyst of the Institute for the Study of War, Alexander Lukashenko thought that the president of Russia Federation would financially support the mercenaries, but it turned out that Putin was not going to do it. So, hallelujah. I mean, yes? Fighters of PMC Wagner's returned to Russia due to lack of funding. According to the analysis, PMC Wagner may leave Belarus, as President Lukashenko refused to finance them when he found out that Russia would not pay for the Wagner as he apparently expected. Wow. Okay. It's happy days. Oh, it's happy days. Oh, it's happy days, because Belarus is not gonna be attacking Poland on their own. They have no interest in joining the war, and they have known all along that they were gonna try to join the war. Oh, yeah. Are we gonna fall for the false news? I don't know, guys. This could be false. This could not be false. I happen to take what comes out of Belarusian mouths very lighthearted, but yeah, exactly. I mean, in reality, guys, if you have the lack of funding, I mean, I'm just saying, right? Sure, you have the lack of funding. Okay, sure, but I just want to ask you guys. They're saying that they're gonna leave, right? And they're saying they're gonna leave for Russia. But if President Putin is not gonna be funding them in Belarus, why would he fund them in Russia? I mean, why did Putin not want to fund them? Yeah, I know he doesn't have a lot of money left, but if he wanted to really do some damage here, he has to throw the last bit of pieces he has into them. But he's not doing that. So, seems like a pretty much of a grain of salt here. Unless we start seeing Wagner troops leaving, I'm not going to be kind of celebrating too much. Right, I mean, this could be them saying, now we're going to be leaving because of lack of funding. We've trained up the Belarusian army now, and we're going to leave. You know, right? So, we've not trained up the Belarusian forces. Now we're going to leave, you know. We're now going to be training. This region in Ukraine just turned red here. There's some kind of missile threat here in the region of Vinnytsia, I think it's called. Vinnytsia region here, guys. Threat of attack, maybe drone attack or something. They are reading some kind of threats here. But I don't get it, because then what are you gonna do? Leave for Russia? Get paid less? If you leave for Russia now, do you think you can go to Russia and say, we want funding? But if they're not paying you in Belarus, why would you be able to go to Russia and get paid in Russia? That's where the logic doesn't really make sense. Why would you be able to be paid in Russia when you're not even able to be paid in Belarus? I don't know. Guys, let's see if they start leaving. If they do start leaving, then we'll keep an eye on it. But for now, I have a bit more concerning with my African war here, or supposed war that's about to start. Holy shit! A warehouse is reportedly on fire in the Russian capital region of Moscow. The cause is unexpected is currently unknown. The building on Severisha Street in the city within the Moscow region is reported to have been used in the storage and manufacturing of beer. Okay? No more beer for Russia. That's okay. We only drink vodka. Probably Ukraine. I mean, I'll be honest. Or insurgencies on the inside. You know, you never know with these things. Russia is falling apart as we're speaking. Probably Ukraine, guys. Probably Ukraine. Good for them. You know, good for them. Good for Ukraine. You know. Footage from the drone showing the strike. Footage has been released at the set moment that the Ukraine struck the Russian frigate black oil tanker that was transiting the Kerch Strait from the Black Sea. Right. Okay. Well, they destroyed beer, so it's not gonna be that much of a problem, guys, because they still have vodka. You know, they destroyed a beer factory, so it's not gonna be that much of a problem for the Russians, because as long as they don't destroy the vodka, everything is fine. No, the Russian. No, the vodka. No. What was that? Oh, look at that. Look at the Dnipro right there. Look at that. Boom. Something happened there, guys. Boom. Could be thunder. I mean, the way it looked like could be thunder. I haven't seen any other flashes in that area around the Dnipro, so I'm not completely sure. It could be thunder, although I've not seen any other flashes. I'll keep an eye on it to see if we see other flashes, but it's the only flash I've seen for a while here, so this could be a shell that hit the ground here. Now, if you're seeing that from Dnipro and it happened in Venetia, although I'm not sure if it happened in Venetia, right? I don't know. I don't know if it happened in Venetia. Well, everybody knows that if Russia doesn't have any more vodka, they're not going to go for any more war. At least Putin, even Putin knows that you can't have a war with the Russians. You can't have a Russian war without vodka. If you send Russian forces to war without vodka, they're not going to win shit. Probably why they're losing so much, because they are being sent to war with vodka. What does your battle gear consist of? Vodka, and chest vodka. I have my Kalashnikov vodka. I have my knife, tactical knife vodka. I have my boot vodka. I have my vest vodka. I have my artillery piece vodka. It's all vodka. It's all really, really good as well. All vodka. Everybody get big vodka gun. We shoot at each other, and the person who gets it in his mouth wins. In the same area? Did you see a flash there, up there, and you see a flash there? Did you see a flash there? That's the same area there. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, we can see in the Zaporizhia. Look. Oh, that's thunder. No, that's thunder. Look. Damn it. Wait. Come on. Damn it, I missed it. Damn it, I can't stop. I want to stop so I can see it. Damn it. Come on. Damn it. Okay. Well, it's lightning. That's definitely lightning right there, guys. That's certainly lightning. I can see that from a mile away. Of course it's vodka. They used to be part of Russia. I'll be honest. Poland, they drink a lot of vodka too. Although they have their own drinks as well. Apparently they like brandy. Who the fuck likes brandy? Actually, I'll take that back. It's actually pretty good. I was just kidding. I love brandy. And also, I'll be honest with you guys. I don't have a favorite drink. But I'll be honest, if there's one drink that I really like if I was to get like a drink and mix anything up, I'd get juice and vodka. And everybody always looks at me weird, but juice and vodka together, you put a little bit more vodka and you put juice in there. I mean, listen, it tastes amazing, and you can barely taste the vodka. It's a great way to get drunk because it tastes amazing. And by the way, when you throw up, people are not going to think you had vodka. They're going to think you had some orange shit. They're going to think you just had a lot of carrots. But I love Yeah, well, you know, I love juice and especially apple. It has to be orange juice and vodka. That's a great combination. It's really good. Especially if you get like a good vodka, especially if you get like a good vodka and a good quality orange juice. That's like perfectly made, like fucking good. Vodka and lemonade. Oh damn. Yeah, that's also pretty good. I gotta be honest. You know, I feel like vodka can really go with anything. But have you guys ever? And this is gonna sound a bit unmanly, but I have to ask. Vodka and slushy, like slush ice, slushy, right? With vodka in it. And it's just. You don't drink anymore? Loser. Oh, no. No, I'm just kidding. I respect it. I respect anybody who say they're not drinking anymore or drinking in first place. Listen, drinking is not a healthy thing. And you shouldn't be doing it. I don't drink that often. I would say it's a long time ago. I've ever had a vodka. Even I mean, I don't drink that often. I would just say if I was to get like a drink, I would really want that. Just because it's so easy to drink and it's like, you know, tastes good and it's nutritional. Tastes amazing. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah. Oh, yeah, alcohol poisoning and died? Oh, shit. And almost died. Oh, shit. My bad, Brian. My bad, man. My bad. My bad. Well, it's good to hear that you were on the other side now, Ocean. It's good to hear. You know, it's, I've never gone that far drinking. I've always tried to stay within the limit there. You gotten drunk once? There are multiple lightning strikes in around Zaporizhia and in Dnipro. Of course, these guys are right next to each other, so that makes sense. Well, I was my instant reaction to you saying I don't drink anymore was loser. That's maybe not the best reaction to have to somebody. My bad. My bad. I don't think either. I only got drunk once. You know what? I've never really gotten drunk. Well, that's a lie. That's a big ass fucking lie. But you know, I'm Danish. I have to. It's part of our tradition. Beer, pints. I love it. We love it. I mean, you're British, Rose. You know, you gotta love a pint. I just want to ask you. You're British. You gotta love a pint. It's very refreshing once in a while. You don't get drunk off that. I think once in a while, it's very refreshing. I don't get it that often, but when I do, I think it's very refreshing. And I work out, run. I live a very healthy life, and then I drink once in a while. You know, it's with friends. So, social life, really. Oh, was that a shell right there? What's that? What's that? What was that? Oh, this is that. Yeah. Either it's a gunshot or a shell. Donetsk right there. Baku. Turn the sound up. How you doing, Kender? There we go. Listen to it. Boom. Yeah, it sounded pretty big. Either it was a shell popping off, maybe a mortar, or something. Oh, another one right there. There's multiple areas around. I think we can hear the active fighting going on in Donetsk right now, guys. Mortar shots going out there. Yes, but most Brits do like a pint. Exactly. Well, you know, it's nothing wrong with drinking beer. As long as you don't overdo it, you know. Oh yeah. What's that? That's the Dnipro. God damn, you're so smart. You did it? Did it though? Maybe it's a timer. It could be a timer, right? It could just shut off so they don't have the electricity on all night. And they're turned off. Was it right after a lightning strike? Or maybe they're turning off it because of the lightning strike or something like that. There's some kind of small light into it. I mean, it could be on a timer. I have seen you at football, Rose. Yeah. Oh, there's multiple shells going off in the Donetsk region, or shots. I'll be okay. Yeah. Well, anyways, whatever's going on there in Dnipro, there's heavy thunder going on, guys, and I even think it's snowing. It's snowing in Donetsk. It's snowing. That's snow. That's rain right there, but that's snow right there because it's traveling sideways. Look at it. Wait, no, wait. Is it snow? Looked like snow for a second there, didn't it? Not exactly going straight. Look at it. It's not exactly going straight. It's going kind of upward down. It's kind of like the way snow behaves, isn't it? That's snow or rain. It's really hard to tell. You don't think it's snow? That one right there. You think that's rain? Look at the way it's behaving. That doesn't look like rain. What a weird kind of rain is going on there. A weird rainstorm. I mean that right there is obviously rain, part with maybe some snow, but I think it might be snow. Some of it down here looks like snow. Maybe, I don't know. You guys hear what's going on in Donetsk, right? Just kicking off here. Sure about that, TV? I mean, I've watched these cameras for a while. I've never seen. Plus, yeah, it's not infrared. It's night vision. But well, I guess that's infrared in some senses. But never seen him. I've never seen them manipulate rain. I mean, I'm just saying, it kind of got a weird pattern to it. Could be rain, but it's not particles. Gotta tell you that much. It's not rain particles. Large storms over East Kiev. It doesn't look. I mean, there's thunder going on in Dnipro, so it's definitely rain, but it kind of looks a little bit like snow. Certainly might be rain with heavy winds carrying it away, but yeah. Probably like some kind of small rainfall, but looks a bit like snow. I mean, looks a bit like snow, rain. I'm gonna be honest. Looks a bit like snow, but it's probably not then. What it is probably something else, right? Fair enough. Well, then it's rain. Looks like snow. I mean, all the things look like snow. But fair enough. Alright. Fair enough. It's not snow. God damn it. Fair enough. Fucking rain. Part of fucking snow. What the fuck it is, it doesn't matter. Fuck it. We're fucking enough. Fuck. Alright, my bad. Bucks swarm around the light. What? What light? Oh, the light. No, it's not bucks. This guy's... Where the fuck it is? It's probably rain. No shit, it looks like snow. It doesn't fucking matter. Let's forget about it. Doesn't fucking matter. Whatever the fuck that is. Fucking matter. I don't know why the fuck I spent time even looking at it. Never mind. Just we'll move on here, guys. What fucking fuck. Never mind it. Just yeah, we're okay. We're okay. It's not bad. You know, it's not bad.
With you young people, everything is in context. My mother she would give us a hard time sometimes, and she would say to us, I don't know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the context of all in which you live.
I want to ask you guys. So happy that finally it was snowing. When I look out of the window, it was not snowing at all. Fair enough. It's not snow. Okay, I was wrong. God. Guys are so aggressive sometimes. God. So aggressive. What? I was wrong? What? Report me. Arrest me. FBI, you were wrong about the snow. You pledged to be right about everything. You were wrong. You were wrong. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. FBI. I want to show you guys that your beloved, well, I say beloved, I mean in every context, in every way. You know, in every context, in every way, guys. Not beloved Vice President.
Everything is in context.
So I was out drinking with like some guys, and I was like so happy right now. So I think now I have to go have a meeting and talk nonsense for about a minute.
She would give us a hard time sometimes, and she would say to us,
She's even more delusional. She's even fucking more delusional. She makes less sense. It's hard to make less sense to Biden, but it's possible when you're hearing her talk.
Give us a hard time sometimes, and she would say to us, I don't know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the context of all in which you live and what came before you.
Wow. That made a lot of sense, guys. You live in the concept of what all have happened before you. What, do you think you fell from a fucking coconut tree? What? My mother said something. Sorry. So, context here of what she's saying, guys. So, my mother used to say and then we all fell from a coconut tree, and we live in the context of before and after. There we go. Whoa, that was nice. Another time with Trump could be worse. Exactly. I mean, I hope you guys get another one. Why can't you just get somebody like fucking Roosevelt? Why can't you get somebody good? Somebody who knows what the fuck he's talking about? Like somebody who just has the ability to speak and not drink himself to death every morning to try and, try and consolidate being a fucking president. I mean, imagine her as a vice president. And everybody comes in here, you're so racist. I'm not fucking racist. What I am is realist. Okay, you need a president that gives you the right answers and not spends being drunk. And I couldn't care less if you're black or white. I would love to see a black woman. Sure, I'd love to see that. As president? Sure. In fact, I would love to see a woman as president. I'd love to see somebody else. Oh my god, that was in Donetsk as well, guys. That was probably some kind of mortar or artillery system right there. Yeah, I think they're having some good parties, Ocean. I think that's the problem. But yeah. Yeah. You're a vice president for 4 years, trying not to get drunk in public, right? Try not to get public drunk for just 4 years. It's hard. It's a hard ask. No, I don't think so. I think it's a very fucking serious job that you've given yourself, that you've been selected. She's the first black vice president. I could not be more proud of the fact that she is. Black woman. Or white, black, whatever the fuck she is. Right? She's a woman as well. Now, it's impressive. But just because you are a woman and you're black doesn't mean you are qualified in every single way. What it means is that somebody like Biden is trying to show off his equality skills. Instead of picking those who need the necessary qualities. Now, I won't say that there aren't a more obvious candidate out there that could probably fit better, But I'm not, I'm just saying, The drunk was a former speaker. Yeah, exactly. Well, there's a lot of black individuals in government nowadays. Well, it's a lot more than there used to be, and I think that's great, But that doesn't mean that just because you're black doesn't mean that you have every ability to rule. Doesn't mean that you have the ability it takes. But apparently, it doesn't matter anymore, right? I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not a racist man, because I could never dream of being racist. But in reality, I think it's very real what I'm saying, Anyways, we have Kharkiv region now. Air raids turning on. And there's multiple shells in the area around Donetsk here. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, or even say what you want, I happen to think that it's, yeah. There's air raids going on. Fucking idiot. Well, what's going on, Bryson? znpp been cut off from power, and it's now an unstable power source. Well, it's stable in the sense that it's stable supply, but it's inefficient enough. Hot shutdown in reactor 6, reactor 4 being shot to cold shutdown, so they're not switching that around. Nigeria buying ECOWAS is about to go to fucking war. Yeah. We're now hearing air raids in Ukraine. Multiple shells going off in Ukraine alongside with shells. No, I think Rose. I think he's I think he's in America or some kind of different time zone because he just got home, so he's good. I think he's okay. So Belarus now saying that they're not funding the Wagner. Wagner might leave. That's still the unconfused situation. North Korea apparently votes to start war preparations. And yeah, the world's gone crazy. Hawaii is on fire. Multiple areas. Oh, you're being oh my god. Sometimes it's hard to read sarcasm. You know, it's like it's hard to read sarcasm sometimes. And flooding in Norway, flooding in China. Hailstorm, snow happening in Germany. Weather's gone crazy. World's gone crazy. It's gotten hotter, and until it gets colder, it's gotten colder. Multiple winds, massive attacks over Ukraine by air raids, massive aviation attacks. Poland and Lithuania strengthening their border, moving many troops. Poland now committing 10,000 troops. And British, it's a skill. Oh yeah, British people are fucking amazing at it. No, well, I think Americans are actually one of the most brilliant, sarcastic people in the world. Well, North Koreans, keep in mind, guys, this is not the first time that Kim Jong-un has said that we're getting ready for war. I would only be concerned if there's now talks about them moving forces to the border. I mean, that's when we might want to look at it, but. And they also replaced the top general, which is a weird thing, but, yeah. Yeah, so that's what's going on. Wagner also in Niger, probably this being in Niger, and Russian provocated war, military coup in Niger. Junta is not in charge of junta coalitions, or what you want to call it. Airspace closed. Yeah, that's pretty much sums up what's been happening. Yeah, sums up what's been happening, guys. You know, Putin has signed a deal, being that he was now going to be the leader of Ukraine until 2036. 46? Yeah, 36. 63. 36, yeah. And he's not going to hold the presidential elections, but he's now saying, and what they are now saying is that they might not even hold any elections because Putin is obviously going to win, they say. So they don't need to hold elections because everybody loves Putin. And they're now afraid to hold elections because it might actually swing in the favor and show off just how many people don't like Putin. So, you know. That's my, yeah, so that's what's happening right now. So, that's a quick recap of what's been happening over the last few days here, guys. The world's gone mad. Mate. Oh yeah, and Poland and Lithuania, Latvia is closing their borders with Belarus completely, alongside railroads and everything. So, quick sum up for anybody who wasn't there. I'm gonna go back a bit. I was shown videos earlier as well of things going on there as well, so I might want to go back a bit if you want to see some of the videos I showed earlier. Well, it's for the way you look at Belarus. He is Papoon. Oh, I hate him so much. Yeah. We have a video, what supposedly is a video of Belarusian armed Cold War soldiers being trained in mines, perhaps. Again, take a look at their gear. This right here is what you would see soldiers fighting in 1960 or 80. Cold War time, right? The helmets are what looks like to be from 60s, 40s, maybe even fucking 9 World War. They look like World War II helmets. Some of that gear looks a bit newer. This is training from Wagner here. '50s, yeah, exactly. Oh my god, this is so intense. Oh my god. Oh my god. This guy's obviously an expert. I will give him that. That's pretty well made right there. So, obviously he's showing them equipment that they won't be given when going to war, so, it's just formalities. I mean, that's when they're filming, right? Most of what you see there, they probably won't be given, right? I mean, I just want to say, let's be honest, you know? And that's how you put your arm back on. Just fucking put it back on. What's this? This video shows the fire that broke out at a gasoline production unit of the Mosul oil refinery in Belarus on August 10th. Ukraine security said earlier that the gathered intelligence indicated the Russians were preparing a large-scale false flag operation at this refinery. Now this is suspicious right here, guys. So this is the latest coming in here. So this is supposedly a fire at an oil refinery, which is one of the most dangerous things that you could have. Well, because it's oil. That it's water or oil falling out. I think it's water coming down there. That's Belarusian firefighters there, running off this water. Oh, sorry, fire here. Possibly this oil refinery is on fire. Oh, look at that damage right there. Repairing a large-scale false flag attack. Supposedly it didn't work, or it did work. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to say, "Oh, look at that! It blew up. Ukraine did it. Now attack." But what they're saying is that earlier gathered intelligence indicating that Russia was preparing a large-scale false flag operation at this. Now either it failed or it did good. Russia sucks. Russia sucks. Come on. What? Come on. Come on now. Sing it with me. Russia sucks. Russia sucks. Russia sucks. There's a P8 in Japan right now, guys. Just outside Taiwan. Well, some few miles, about 100 miles maybe. A little bit more. Outside Taiwan here. I mean, you get a look at it yourself. So, Taiwan. P8. Sub Hunter. Just outside the, what's that? Nuhan? Shuhan? Haha? Naha? What is that called? Naha. That's there. You got it. It's called Naha. The area where it's taken off from. Naha Island right there. So yeah, pretty good. Pretty fucking good. I must admit. The president of Kuti DR speaking of ECOWAS decision to launch an operation in Niger as soon as possible. They said that they were determined to return the President Bassoum to his duties. Also claimed that Cato de Loria will provide a battalion of 850 to 1,100 to 1,100. 1,100,000. Sorry, 100. Sorry, 1,100. Wait, no, 1,100. Yeah, sorry. Uh, I know. Yeah, Naha, Japanese islands. I know that. That's what I said. Along with soldiers from Nigeria and Bayan, other countries will join them. So some people were saying Niger was not going to join. Now they're saying it's going to join. I believe they're going to join. Great stuff. War monitor. Guys, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Oh, sorry. One second. There we go. Now, is there a war happening? Yes. In Ukraine, of course. No, not yet in Niger, but probably not far from here. It's a NASA aircraft? Talking about the Gulfstream? Wait, what? E3. I don't see it. Is it on the military or anything? You gotta... There's a United States Aerostar. Uh, it's a balloon. Isn't it? United States. Oh, and then... Wait, okay. There's a United States Martin II National Astronaut and Space Administration, NASA. Oh, okay. Well, that's probably test piloting, isn't it? Multiple balloons. Or Aerostar. Maybe they're testing something. Pretty cool. Probably testing something, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't think it's something to be completely worried about. It's probably some kind of testing or military aircraft. Whatever this is, it's a Martin. It's a NASA Martin astronaut plane. It's a Riverside March ARB, United States Airline Martin aircraft, Canberra. The three remaining flight-worthy VB-57F are technically assigned to NASA Johnson Space Center next to Ellington Field in Houston as high-altitude scientific research aircraft, but are also been used for testing electronic communication in the U.S. and Afghanistan. So they're maybe testing balloons because there's two balloons, and then there's a plane flying in between them that's from NASA testing out electronic communication or something. Okay. Well, that's... Yeah. Okay, thanks. Well, that's interesting right there, guys. I want to show you. Let's see. So, this is supposedly what is that plane right there. Recon or electronic testing, right? And then we got two balloons of something next to it. I mean, I have no idea. It's called Aerostar. It could be balloons, but this one's pretty far out. So I don't really know what that is. But whatever that is, it's something. Now, that's pretty interesting, actually. But let's get back on the military side here, guys. We got an E3, and it's not the same E3 as before, because it's actually changed color. So we got another E3. We had multiple E3s before. We got two E3s in total right now. There was one over there, and then we had some others in the area, probably maybe landed, but multiple E3s all over. P8s, C5s, yeah, really, I mean, a lot of planes. Reconnaissance and a Black Hawk, so in Alaska. Separation region just turned on. It's testing electronic communication / recon. Probably testing new technology or something. Probably nothing to be worried about. It's NASA. It's probably nothing. We got a Polish military plane. Looks like a border guard here. It's been doing rounds just at the border here, so it's been coming off here doing rounds around. Now it's heading out towards the Baltic Sea here. Whatever it's doing there. I mean, it's been doing rounds here, around here. If they're looking for subs, maybe. Who knows? I mean, I haven't seen a P8 here in a while. Possibly. I know there might be a P8 in this area because I saw it approach earlier, but I'm not completely sure. Because I can't really prove it or look at it. I know that Forte 10 may still be in the area. Forte 11, sorry. Forte 11 is actually still in the area flying around, and maybe there's a P8 in the area as well, Sub Hunter. So they're definitely keeping an eye on something in the Black Sea. This might be this new threat of the znpp or whatever the hell it is. I mean, they took down Rayo 6. Oh, the Black Hawk? Oh yeah, Danish military. It's a Danish military Black Hawk, so yeah. Well, seen it before. It is doing rounds in Elu. Can't even say that in English. You know, I can't even pronounce that in English because those letters, those two letters right there, literally do not exist on the English binary. But yeah, we got a Danish Black Hawk there. Go Denmark! Yay! Black Hawk! Ugh. Big Bird! Black Hawk down! Yeah. Yeah, it's probably exercise, moving, recon, something. We do have I hit air raids in the back here now, probably from Zaporizhia, the only area turned on. I have a Super Hercules. Yeah, multiple areas not turning on here. Looks like it's coming from Zaporizhia. Possibly, yeah. Airbus, Netherlands, Airbus. Some of that turned on right now. Saudi Arabian military, Super King, also up. I've not seen that before. Usually fly around. We got the German military in India. Well, let's say the Gulf Stream. Wowzers. Oh yeah, hello gamer. I forgot you weren't here before. I was like, yeah, I forgot you weren't here before. They're doing it again. They're watering the roads, it appears. Wait, no. I think it's just been raining. I was like that guy. That's a garbage truck. I think it's just been raining. Yeah, my bad. That's short-lived. Could have been an all clear. Could have actually been an all clear in cover. Could have been an all clear in Kharkiv, maybe. Probably was. Maybe like an all clear in Yeah, this for the way I hate Putin. Yeah. So this is also a retweet from fact. This is actual proven news now. This ECOWAS backs military interventions in Niger as soon as possible. President of Ivory Coast says so. That's a legitimate claim here now. Fuck. Yeah. Danish chopper. It's a chopper. It's a helicopter. Black Hawk helicopter. Oh, it went dark? Well, yeah. Probably just maybe doing recon or something. Or, yeah. I don't know. Probably doing something. Been flying around before. Hear about him. I actually know someone who flies those things. Well, when I say no, I've met someone. I've talked to her. She flies. She's been on multiple missions, and she actually flies Blackhawks. I'm not sure. It's probably not her, right? But there's not a lot of Blackhawks, so chances of it being her, somewhat, could be. I mean, I'm just saying, could be. Yeah. Oh, it's for. Wait, sorry. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Out of my mind. The MPP is still now the hot topic of the moment. Yeah. Fair enough, gamer. Go grab yourself your booster drink. It's healthy for you. It's not, but it tastes good. So who cares? We still got a river. Oh, we got a river joint up over the U.S. now. We had a combat send in that area. A jumbo. We got a jumbo. We got a super galaxy. Super Galaxy Jumbo. And are you called Jimbo or Jumbo? I'm called Jumbo. What's your name? It's so ridiculous sometimes. I'm so ridiculous. There's a Lockheed Alaskan cargo plane. I've not seen it fly anywhere else but Alaska, but apparently right now it's actually flying out towards the sea here on Flight Radar. Now, of course, we didn't have any more news about what happened with this river joint. I mean, the U.S. been conducting missions inside Russian territory for many years and spying on the Russians. We all know that, you know. At least they did it in the Soviet Union times, you know. They literally flew U-2 spy planes over Soviet lands. Back in the day, U.S. didn't give a fuck. I mean, they flew spy planes over the you know, over USSR. They flew bomb planes. They flew everything, just to say we can do that and you can't hit us. The U-2s, when you know there was a nasty incident in I think 62, 52, 60, 62, I think, where one was shot down, but SR-71 all the way, yeah, exactly. So SR-71 was actually introduced after the U-2, and the reason why they introduced the SR-71 was because the U-2 was now being capable of actually shut down. Because the USSR had the ability to now shoot down the U-2 because it already shot one down, Before it didn't have any capabilities to shoot it down, so now they were able to get it. But the SR then was introduced, the so-called Blackbird, right? Later on. Yeah, exactly. So Blackbird, right, came in so fast that no plane could catch up with it. It was a super spy plane. That's what it was. And they still then said, you know, we're flying over your airspace. At this, the USSR, right, they didn't do shit about it. They knew it was happening. Which I've never understood. The USSR always claimed that they were going to go to war with everybody, but they never did anything about it. Think about it. You know? They kept claiming that they were going to do something about it. You know, they kept saying, oh, we're going to retaliate, but they never did anything about it. The Americans were just flying spy planes over their head all the time. Didn't give a fuck. I'm sure the USSR did somewhat of the same, but it didn't. The America didn't give a fuck back in the day. Didn't give a fuck. Just did it anyways. Because why not? When you're the strongest country, the sole strongest country in the world, right? You don't have any enemies. After World War II, the United States didn't have any enemies. Everybody, well, maybe they had some enemies. Obviously, they had enemies, but you know, they didn't have any rivals. Nobody was able to match. And the Soviet Union, sure, but they still had a lot of they still had a lot of things to rebuild. You know, there was pretty much still spending millions in rebuilding, and they were building their own society at that point. And to point out the factor is, the U.S. after 1945 was pretty much the sole dominant power in the world because their country was still intact, their infrastructure was still intact, so they could easily regain some of the money that was lost over the time. Inflation went up, but it went down easily. Isn't money a weird thing? I mean, isn't money a weird thing? You know, it's like kind of people, when you look at this aspect of countries getting money, it's really hard to sort of understand, isn't it? But it's still a thing, and it makes sense, and you can buy things from it. You can buy, you know, everything, and you can buy food. You can buy whatever you want. As long as the other country is getting rich as you're buying it, you know, it makes sense. Hate that the dogs have to be barking in the background there. Please make your dog stop fucking barking in the background. Much appreciated. Sorry, a little bit aggressive. Now that Blackbird is actually up. No, sorry, Blackbird. Black Hawk, sorry, is up over Denmark again. Gamer, if you're still here. Just want to point that out to you. Fuck. Nah, a little history lesson for you guys there. I feel like I'm running out of history lessons. Eventually I'm gonna run out. No. Probably not. Good, good. Good. Yeah, nobody's really saying anything right now. Kind of quiet at the moment. Not a lot happening. Apparently the Russians are preparing a false flag in Belarus to probably try and drag Belarusians into war. Deep down, I don't think Lukashenko actually wants a war. I think he's a crazy dictator, but I don't think he actually wants a war. Which is, yeah. In reality, I deep down don't think he actually wants a war. I think deep down he's backed up into a corner, which in reality he really isn't, you know. But he has to seize the opportunity, right? Friends, he doesn't have a lot of friends. You don't have a lot of air bases. I mean, training bases as well. We don't have a lot of them. We do have landing areas, of course. I mean, you could probably land somewhere, but yeah. Forward operating bases. Yeah. Not a lot. What was I? Still don't get why Denmark doesn't have a forward operating base in Norway or they have something in Sweden. Sorry, not Sweden. In Greenland, obviously they sort of obviously just sort of own that, but still, I mean, you know. By the way, I just want to point out to you guys that there has been an evacuation sort of in place here near the area around. This is supposedly the multiple amount of, you know, evacuation. Mandatory evacuation declared in Kupiansk district of Kiev region as they are now worried about the amount of intense fighting in the area. Now, we've been taking a look at it for a while, and it does look like the Russians could try and go for Kharkiv again once more time. Not from here, but maybe from an attack force that has somewhat been steadily building out here. Now, we don't exactly know if they have or not. Some people have claimed it, some people have not. So it's kind of hard to know, but there has been official decrees of evacuation along this front line here, of the few people left living there, as the shelling and rocket attacks and fighting really intensifies in that area. Really a good sign call for Ukraine to get most civilians out there before anything serious happens, which is obviously their main goal in this war, to protect their people. So, yeah, that was one thing I wanted to share as well. Can't believe I forgot about it. Ukraine Defense Forces continued offensive operations at Bakhmut, Melitopol, and Bryansk direction. Have partial access towards Yershany and south and southeast to Store Romansk. General Staff of Armed Forces of Ukraine says in the morning report. There are stealthy advances towards areas in and around areas that are somewhat steadily advancing, but yeah. It does appear that my analysis of it is that they're trying to go for the area around here. This is the area, if you look at yesterday, area that they've really pushed for. I think they need to make a big push here. This is a harder position to defend, not only for the Ukrainians, but the Russians, as you are spread out, having to control many areas at once. But of course, they might try and build up forces where the fight intensifies the most. As you can see, this is areas where fighting are intensifying the most. No Russian advances at all whatsoever, which is one thing. I mean, the Russians have not advanced, and is slowly losing ground as we are talking. I mean, they've not advanced for maybe a month. No, they haven't advanced for at least for maybe a week or weeks. And if they have advanced, it's tiny, tiny movements that have no strategic meaning for this war, you know? So, yeah, it's really, really gruesome what the Russians are not achieving shit, while the Ukrainians are achieving more and more success. Jesus Christ, I'm running out of things to say here, guys. I mean, I cannot, can't continue. Eventually, there's just no more to say. So, Prime, I don't know if you guys are aware of the Prime, Logan Paul, KSI, have apparently partnered up with FC Bayern, the new official hydration partner in Munich. Or, sorry, yeah. Munich, München or Munich, however you want to call it, Germany. So, that's pretty cool. I've never tasted Prime. I have thought of tasting Prime, as people are continuously talking about trying to taste that Prime. You know, all kinds of flavors coming out. I mean, I haven't tried it myself. Maybe I'll try it one day. Try it live. Maybe I should try Prime live, guys, and give like an honest review of it. I'll try that. That's actually kind of fun. Well, maybe I'll do that. An honest review. People always say like, "Oh, we're gonna give an honest review," but in reality, we all know it's not. France is also supposedly now aiding ECOWAS, which is another thing, and we major player now trying to aid. France can't not interfere in African. Why? Because they want something back. And if they win against Niger, you know, what are the chances that France are going to say, that's ours? We want it. Why? Because we want. Well, I don't know if it's in. I don't know if it's in Romania, DV. I'll be honest. I don't think it's in Romania yet. But yeah, Mummy Monday. I mean, it's still a very start. It's pretty much a starting brand. You know, it's all over the world, sure. It's very popular, but it's still trying to get its way over everywhere. So it's kind of like still starting, right? But it's probably going to be in Romania one day. It just came to Denmark. The only reason why it came to Denmark was because his new girlfriend, Logan Paul's new girlfriend, is Danish. A bit of a flex, you know. Well, kind of a. Well, actually, maybe not. But yeah, things are things. Bow, 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 bow. Bit of, bit of a, bit of a thing here. I mean, I don't really know much else. There's nothing else going on. I feel like I've covered it all. A popular, usual popular social media star called Little Tay. She was 14 years old. Has apparently passed away. No idea why, but and I'm not gonna go find out why. Bottle is almost 10 euros. It's expensive. That's the only reason I haven't bought it. Fucking 25 crowns for a fucking bottle of Prime that I don't even know if I'm gonna like. No, thank you. Put down the price. You know, I mean, why the fuck is it 25? You know, why is it so expensive? Oh, she didn't pass away? Really? Shit. I really thought she passed away. Well, thank you. Why? Well, I'm not really a fan of hers, so I don't really give a shit. But, okay. She didn't pass away. Some people are saying she's dead. Some people are not saying. Some people are saying it may be wrong. If Africa joins forces, it'll thrive socially. Well, sure, Muhammad, but one end is Christian, one end is Muslim, one end is another thing, and one end is another thing. So, one people don't like each other, one people don't like each other. So, probably never gonna happen. But sure, I mean, if they connect together, they got about what 50% of the world's resources in their lands. They could control those prices, and you could become an economic powerhouse. Sure, one big country, although they could probably never figure out who's going to be the leader. Of course, it might be some kind of big allegation of different kind of leaders, but then what makes it a country, right? Uh, Trying to agree together? I don't think so. Democracies against dictatorships? Yeah. But I agree. I agree. It could become an economical social house. I mean, it may even be a fucking good idea, right? I mean, it may even be a good idea. If they could get it to work, sure. Great idea, right? But really, I don't know. It's an interesting concept. That the truth is, right? Uh, Live or Instagram was allegedly hacked. Oh, okay, so she's alive. Fair enough. I also thought, she was 14. So she's alive. Anyways, don't really fucking give a shit. The reason why I talked about it is because nothing else to talk about. Nothing else. Yeah, but apparently they're about to go to war together right now, Muhammad, so. You know. But when you look at the graphs of Africa, when you look at the recent economic boost that has been happening in the country, there has been somewhat of a more stable ideologies in the countries here at the moment, and somewhat of a more stable income and economy. Some economies even started to grow. Stable income and jobs have become a more norm, which is always a good thing. So in reality, what we're really agreeing to there is also, so in reality, we're still sort of sure it could be. There is a economical sort of newfound ability there, but we'll keep an eye on it, of course. Yeah. I mean, if they didn't go to war, they could probably, in 2030, some people were even talking about some of the countries down there becoming like a second world country. Some people were even talking about them becoming more of becoming powerhouses, and people were starting to maybe realize starving wasn't such a good thing, and then crops and abilities to raise societies could become more, so sad that it really is sad that they decided to go to war now. Things were actually looking up, although I will give it a benefit of the doubt that in Niger, the 8th country in the world, probably has had its issues as well. It's still very poor, very very poor. I mean, there's still many of the African countries that are poor and have their own extraordinary troubles. Even Madagascar, one of the poorest countries in the world as well, has also seen economic upsides here lately. So, in reality, there's been a lot of economic upsides. This Polish border guard plane, they're riding on the Polish border here, is in the Baltics now, turning back. It's probably doing some kind of recon out here, but that's all I know from that. Well, it could be a lonely place sometimes, can't it? Well, I'm gonna take a little bit of a break here, guys, and then I'll be back uh, sooner than you can count to 10. And then yeah, I'll be back. So I'll be back in a jiff, guys. 10. There we go. That was directly on 10. There we go. How you doing, Phantom? That was 10 minutes. That was 10 seconds. No, it was 10. What are you talking about? Look for look for anything you want. Cause L is for the way you're looking. Yeah. Alright. See you later, Phantom. Forces from Nigeria, Ivory Coast, and Bayan has already begun preparation on the deployment of upwards of 5,000 combat troops to the staging areas of the ECOWAS standby forces that had already been predetermined by the Chief of Defense Staff. Other countries in ECOWAS has also agreed on the deployment of unknown numbers of forces, which will continue in the coming days and weeks ahead. Let's say, okay, so a bit more than 2 days then. Perhaps this is a 2 weeks process, a week's process. So probably not going to see a war today, but over the next week, I would say, chances are there might be something happening. But you probably want to do it quickly, not to give the enemy the upper hand. So. All right, later, Ocean. Well, that probably is the cue for me as well. I'm gonna end the live stream here. And I will see you guys tomorrow with some more interesting news. Have a wonderful